Welcome to Dune Awakening, a open world massive desert where your goal is to survive and conquer scavengers, build and craft bases and weapons, and explore. Let's begin. Now let's start with the home menu. Before starting, it's good to know that there are a few different ways to join servers. You have public servers, which are official and ran by the developers, and then you have private servers, which are ran by people. You can also join servers through friends and based off of regions. It's pretty simple.
Approach, prisoner.
Now when you first spawn in, you'll be greeted with this. This is the Reverend Mother, and this bitch is scary. She introduces you to the character menu. This is where you can customize your player, but I'm gonna be honest, you can't really do much in here. Once you're done with this, then you get to pick a class. The Swordmaster deals with close quarter melee combat, the Menet deals with recon and sniping, and the Bene Gesserit is for manipulation and mind control, so pretty much like your abusive family member who won't shut up about your life. And then you have the Trooper, which is like a soldier focused on mid-range combat. After you choose your class, she threatens you and says,
"Put your hand in the box. I hold at your neck the Gonja Bar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die."
Then she sends you off where you crash land, and just like that, you're free from the old hag.
Well, I couldn't wait for you. But now you need to run. The sandworm is coming. Run!
After your ship gets swallowed by a giant sandworm? I never thought I'd say that. It's time to begin. This guide in the top left corner is a step-by-step guide on what to do to start out. But if you're watching this video, then you're just lazy. But that's okay, that's why I made this video. Now let's start by unlocking your first engram or research. Do this by hitting K on your keyboard, and the first thing that we're going to unlock is your first set of armor. This is important to craft right away as the desert kills you insanely fast. Now that you have that, you'll notice you have two items in your hotbar, which is a knife and an improvised cutter ray. The knife is your main weapon, and the cutter ray is what you need to harvest resources. It's also important to know that this bar right here is your sun bar. If this goes to 100%, you will die very fast, so just make sure to always watch it and stay out of the sun. Anyways, it's time to look for metal. Salvage metal looks something like this, but there are tens of different structures to get salvage metal from. By holding right click on this, it will show you the path to follow with the cutter ray tool to harvest it. Follow that path with left click and you will harvest said resource. And this goes for everything on the game, not just this. Another important thing to know is death worms. When traveling across the desert in the big open areas, this bar will pop up on your screen letting you know that a death worm is sensing you. If you stick around too long, the bar will start to shake more, and well, I'll just let the video show you what happens. So yeah, don't mess around out here and stick to the rocky areas as much as you possibly can. Alright, so now let's start by unlocking a ranged weapon. Look for the improvised Mata pistol and the light darts. This will be your main firearm that you will be using for just about everything early game, at least until you encounter the blue guys. I won't spoil that yet, but just know they are scary. Now it's time to research the respawn beacon. This is used, well, to respawn. I mean, come on, what else did you think it was used for? If you couldn't figure that one out, I'm sorry, you're just retarded. Anyways, place this one down wherever you want around the map, and it acts as one of your main respawn points. You can have a good amount of these as well, so you're able to spawn around the map by clicking the desired one that you want. Now it's time to cover... Oh, you thought I was gonna fall and die? Well, good thing the video stopped, that would have been bad, huh? Well, the only thing that I'm falling for is Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a kava and kratom seltzer company which provides an alternative to alcohol. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being tropical. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code Outcasts and you will get 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. On a real note, if you ever experience yourself falling and you don't want to take fall damage, try and grab a ledge near you to climb it and it will eliminate the fall damage entirely. It's a very helpful tip. After some time, you'll acquire skill points. These skill points can be found from gathering intel from scavengers, which I'll cover later, or just from leveling up. These points can be used to unlock new skills in the skill tree. Now this may look confusing, but it's pretty much like every other game. Each skill benefits you in a different way, and you can't unlock them all, so choose wisely. Now it's going to make you unlock binoculars, which in my opinion are kinda useless. I found that I never really used them once after crafting them for the first time. It's mainly used for looking for scavenger bases, but you really can't see the ones up high, and it's only good for a few minutes until you just get annoyed and just go walk over there. So it's totally up to you if you want to use them or not, but in my opinion, I wouldn't. If you haven't already, go find a scavenger camp and raid it. You'll find some decent loot as well as gain some XP and learn the tactics that they have. I recommend a smaller camp like this one, but if you're like me, go to a large one and just get killed. That's the best way to learn what not to do. After you get used to killing some scavengers, you'll encounter the blue guys. These are much harder to kill and can't be killed with any early game guns. They require you to use your knife, but not just using your knife. You will need to do a hard hit attack by holding left click and hitting him. This doesn't always hit, and if you miss, it definitely hurts, so be careful. I saw that 2 good hard hits seem to do the job, but if there's more than one, just run for your life. Now one thing I should have covered earlier is these dew flowers. These give you early game water. Your water bar will run out over time and you will constantly need to hydrate. Simply hold E to hydrate yourself and then you're good to go. After some time, you'll need to begin to build shelter, but before you do that, you'll need to find granite, salvage metal, and fuel cells. Granite looks like this and is used for making your base. Salvage metal can be found from those metal pieces that we talked about earlier, and fuel cells look like this. Fuel cells are used to power everything from your base generator to your vehicles, which we will cover later. So go ahead and harvest about 150 of each and 24 fuel cells. Now it's time to build your base. Unlock the basic construction kit and craft one. Then place a sub-fief console, and this is used to claim the land around your base. To change the direction, hold left alt and scroll your mouse wheel. This goes for everything else when building. Now place this wherever you want and don't worry about it as you can pick it up and move it later. Now that that's placed, put down a few foundations. Now before you are 100% certain, you can build a schematic layout first and then fill it. It's pretty simple. Now before building, you can use right click to cycle through these settings on the bottom right. It's pretty self-explanatory what all of these things do, so go ahead and build your base. Make sure to have a central door, some windows, and a solid roof to be safe from the dangers. Since you have a base, it's time to add some stuff inside. I recommend putting some storage boxes inside as well as your base generator.
The sub-fief console comes with an automatic shield system that will keep your base safe from the sandstorms. Just keep the generator fueled, or the storms will tear at your walls. And it goes without saying, don't build on open sand.
So like, are we just gonna... never mind.
You've done well licking flowers and sucking sap, but you need a consistent source of water. And the best source out here is blood. Extract it, store it, refine it, and drink it. Raw if you're really dead.
So basically Big Boy over here is saying that your way of proper hydration is blood. At first I thought that it was a joke, but no, he's being serious. Anyways, you'll need to unlock a basic exanuation kit, I believe that's how you say that, and a blood extractor. The exan is used for harvesting the blood from dead enemies. Just walk up and press left click. To store the blood, you'll need a blood extractor. Once you have those and it's full of blood, you'll need a blood purifier, which turns the blood into water for you to drink, as well as water for you to use for crafting stuff, as many of your machines are going to require water to run. Then out of nowhere, you'll start tripping balls and then you'll see a vision. That vision then will guide you to a cave where you gotta smell some spicy. I won't spoil this as it's a pretty big role in the storyline. After that, it will make you find a moisture sealed cave similar to the one that you came out of in the tutorial if you didn't skip that. After entering it, it will make you gather micro sandwich fabric and EMF generators. Then you'll need 17 plant fibers and 12 copper ore. After that, then return to your base and craft a fabricator. This is your main crafter used to craft just about everything. You will then craft a still suit. This is your next tier of armor that you will need, and it helps keep you hydrated about 50% more as it can hold water in the suit. When you're done doing all that, you'll need to make a small ore refinery. This refines all of your ores into ingots, which are used for all kinds of things from weapons to just random stuff. When the copper ingots are done, you'll need a surveying kit, which makes you climb up the rocks and shoot it into the air. This shows you all of the resources around you, as well as unlocks the entire first region of the map for you to see. This is the Haga Basin South. This is the first region of the map that you'll cover. This video only covers this first region, but you will not need to know any of the other regions yet, as there's just a lot to do here. Another fun aspect of this game that you'll love is sandstorms. From afar, they don't really look that bad until you see it barreling at you at 1,000 miles per hour. It definitely scares me a little trying to run back to base seeing that heading for you. Sandstorms kill you very quickly, so get to shelter fast, and that doesn't just mean your base. Any cliffside will do that's facing away from the sandstorm. Now that you've gotten your map opened, it's time to travel to the trade post. The trade post can be found on the map, or just look for this giant building with lights on it. Once you're there, you have a few different people to interact with. The first one you have is the Orthopeter pilot. This is your main way of traveling around early game. She can bring you to 3 different zones, which are Haga Basin, Arakeen, and Harko Village. The second person is the MYR Charkey. This is your main trader who sells all kinds of things. And the third one is Gavori, who is the trainer for the Trooper skill tree. So if you didn't pick a Trooper, you can still unlock those skills through him. Then finally you have the contract board. This is where you find your big quests to do, and the first 2 that you get is Scrap Metal, which requires you to get 30 copper to complete. The bounty for Xantara's head is the second one, which I have not completed yet, so that would be in a future video. After delivering 30 copper, you will then be required to buy a Hydra Leaderjohn. Again, I probably butchered that name. Anyways, it's going to be a schematic from the trader. This is basically a canteen that can hold water for you when traveling and is very useful. After that is completed, a new quest will appear, which is Scrap Metal Wrecking Crew. This is your first main quest, which is semi-easy. I died once doing it, but it wasn't too horrible. I won't spoil too much about this quest as it's fun to do on your own, but basically you're looking for this grass ship. Once inside, you'll need to kill enemies and find loot. When the quest is complete, you'll be given new schematics, which are light armor and 2 new weapons, being the Kinjaw and the Karpov 38, which is a knife and a long-range rifle. This is the next tier of weapons and armor, and this benefits you significantly. After all that is done, you'll need to go to Imperial Testing Station number 2. It'll show up on your map, so just look for it. Once you're there, you'll need to gather 6 particle capacitors and 13 advanced servox. Again, I won't spoil too much about this area as it'll ruin the fun, but this area is very creepy. Also, a little tip to unlock doors, find these little key cards just around the place. Now that you've done all of that, you have a few final steps before moving on to the new area of the map. First off, it's finally time to make a form of transportation, as traveling on foot has probably been pretty annoying for you. Start by researching a Sandbike MK1 assembly, then fabricate it as well as a MK1 engine. Then make 3 treads, a chassis, and a hull. After those are all made, you can make yourself a Sandbike by using the welding torch. I recommend crafting some welding wire as well as to repair the bike if something does happen while you're exploring. Now before we can set off, you need to make a small chemical refinery. This is what's used to make a small or medium vehicle fuel cell, which is used to fuel the Sandbike. And just like that, you're ready to go. The next few missions will require you to go to a new area and abandon your base. So for now, this is all that we will be covering. Hopefully this guide was able to teach you everything that you need to know about the Haga Basin South. I tried to cover everything to my knowledge of this game so far. This is just the beginning, and when I mean beginning, we haven't even started to explore this game. There's a few different zones to still explore, including the Deep Desert, which is about the size of 81 Haga zones combined. So basically, this zone that you just finally explored all of, imagine that, but 81 times bigger. So yeah, if you thought that you were getting the hang of this game, you're wrong. There is still a lot to do. Anyways, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe. I'm very close to 100k, and that would be awesome if we hit that goal. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon on Dune Awakening.